Here's Paddy Power's latest horse racing offer. It's money back as a free bet if your horse finishes second to the SP5 at one meeting every day this month. Paddy Power, you're welcome. Max free bet £25, 18 plus. Please gamble responsibly.
Hello, welcome back. Time now to look ahead to the action on Sunday. Good card at the Curragh. Just briefly, Richie, then, what are the best bets on the day at the Curragh on Sunday?
Curragh on Sunday, well, the big race we have is the Group 3 with Fascinating Rock in it. He won the Tattersall's Gold Cup and he's had a break since then. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it up in front of me here. He has to give way to everything.
He's got to give £10, hasn't he?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it because I think he's just a very good horse and this could be his year if you like. He's had a break and the plan for Dermot, as far as I can gather all along, has been to train him primarily for the Arc, I think. And they may take in the Champion Stakes, they may take in the Irish Champion Stakes, I'm not sure, but I think he has the Arc in his mind. And if he's going to be winning that, you'd want him to be, or if he's going to be worthy of running in that, I should say, he'd want to be winning on Sunday. But it is a good Group 3. I mean, he's got Endless Drama in there to beat Gerlines' horse, who's a potential Group 1 material. And of course, we've got US Army, who was second in the Derby when he beat Idaho, which won the Voltigeur the other day. I have some doubts about US Army Range. I'm just not convinced by him. But if you remember, he didn't kind of go through with it at Chester when he beat Port Douglas. And the last day at Epsom, you could make a case in his defence that he came from an awful long way back, and by the time he got to Har's End, it was going to be hard for him to get by him. On the other hand, you could look at it and say, well, he got there and he couldn't get by him. Is there a question mark there? I'm just not convinced by him. Come Sunday afternoon, he could have turned everyone's opinion around about him, and he could turn out to be a serious horse.
Yeah, I'm with you, Richie. There, definitely. He definitely hung fire at Chester, and I thought he got there at Epsom and then didn't want to go through. Interesting. We haven't seen him since.
We might be doing him an awful disservice, and I think we'll find out on Sunday one way or another. But you just have concerns, as to what he finds at the end of it all. But he, I don't know what to read into the fact that O'Brien has opted to run him here rather than Found. He clearly didn't fancy Found, especially in York. Yet he opted to run her there so that this lad could have a run here. Maybe he's hoping he'll be good enough to win it in her absence. I don't know. I'd like to see more from him before I go backing him. And then there's Moonlight Magic. Jim Bulger's a big fan of his. He says he could still be a good horse. Success Days, was placed in the Tattersall's Gold Cup. If it got very soft, you'd give him a life of being placed as well. But for me, this is Fascinating Rock's race. It'd be disappointing if he wasn't good enough to give the weight away if they are thinking about Champion Stakes or Irish Champion Stakes or maybe even an Arc. Then he's the horse that should be winning this Sunday.
So that's Fascinating Rock in the 3:45 for Richie. Have you got a strong view on either of the 2-year-old races, just who's going to win?
Yeah, I don't have strong views on any 2-year-old races. I abhor them, but I think Brave Anna should be hard to beat, really. I think she should be hard to beat. The other one, it's open, but I mean, Churchill, look, they're boring selections, but Churchill and Brave Anna are the two. I couldn't really make a case against them, to be honest.
Yeah, 2-year-old race you might have a strong view on. Comes up at Deauville on Sunday. Lady Aurelia going to be long odds on for the Prix-Morny. Paul, is she a good thing?
Well, Racing Post ratings, £17 clear. Top speed, £28 clear. If she's, she wasn't stopping at the end of 5 furlongs at Ascot. If she's good as she was then she can't get beat, can she? I don't see how anything can get near her.
And the other Group 1 on the card, the Prix Jean Romanet.
That's far, far more open. I'm quite interested in the top one, Alan de Roy de Pré Sayana, who is a half-sister of 2 Group 1 winners, including Sayuni, who won the Sun Chariot a few years ago. She looked, she's by Galileo. She looked a bit of a superstar in her early races. She came over to Britain on Derby Day, and she was rumoured to have a little bit dodgy legs. So I thought it was a funny place to take her. Was to take her to Epsom, and she went down like she was walking on broken glass, and she came back the same way. Finished second, given an awful lot to do, but I think that's because the jockey was just looking after her on the downhill track. She's miles better than that. She may well be up to Group 1 standard. I've no idea what price she'd be.
Paul Binfield can help out on that.
She is an 11-4 chance, and we've got Bocca Bacchiata in there as a 15-8 favourite, who has some nice form in the book, second to Minding in the Pretty Polly Stakes in Ireland.
If Bocca Bacchiata is favourite, then this is very winnable because she's not a proper Group 1 filly for me at all. What price is Batil then?
Batil is 7-1, Paul.
That's the one then. That's just the value because there's a bit of cut. There's a bit of cut in the ground. That's what she wants. May end up after giving all the rain we're getting over here if they get it in France too. She looked really good when she hit some soft ground at Newmarket last time. Dropping trip a little bit of a concern, but she does travel. So Sayana and Batil is the value for me.
And have you got a view on it, Paul Binfield?
I think that Bocca Bacchiata's form behind Minding is obviously very strong. I liked her last time when she won the Group 2 at the Curragh for Jessica Harrington, and I don't like tipping up favourites, but I'm worried about Sayana because she got beaten at 2-1 on that day. I hear what Paul said, and I understand that about the track, but I'm just a little bit worried about her stepping up in class after getting beaten in a listed or Group 3 race at Epsom.
Okay, well, many thanks, Paul, and Richie. That's all we've got time for on today's show. Do join us again on Monday. Bruce Millington will be back in the hot seat, looking back on all the action at York.
The Racing Postcast in association with Paddy Power. They stream all UK and Irish racing live on your mobile, tablet or PC.